What's up, guys? Katie JD Indigo here with Nerd Girls Rock. Today I want to talk to you guys about detachment. We're going to talk about detachment, okay? The art of no Cufks given, okay? All right, so I know that a lot of times, like, detaching is very difficult, right? It's very hard. We find it to break away from people, places, things, and habits, even though they may not be serving us, right? Well, I'm one of those people that is actually very easy for me to detach, okay? Now, I will say, I'm going to be completely honest, it wasn't always like that. I used to be real clingy, right? I used to have a really big problem with detaching from people, places, and things and habits, that weren't exactly the best for me, all right? And I'm going to explain to you what that issue was, okay? A lot of times we hold on to things because we are still trying to band aid, all right, unhealed childhood wounds. There's something about this person, place, thing, or habit that is comfortable for you, okay? It's a comfort. Like when we eat greasy, salty, sweet foods, knowing that they're gonna make us break out later, but it tastes good at the moment, right? Same thing, okay? Your brain also might be addicted to a certain chemical, a chemical reaction that this person, place, thing, or habit may be causing. For example, some people are addicted to trauma bonding, right? Because of the chemical reaction that it causes in your brain. You're addicted to that concoction. And it's not necessarily your fault. Maybe you grew up with that kind of crap, okay? But we're going to talk about how to detach from these things. First of all, you need to identify why you're attached to it in the first place. Is it for healthy purposes? If it's not serving you, then you definitely got to get to the bottom of why you're so attracted to this thing in the first place. This person, this place, this thing, this habit. Why do you do it? Why do you do it? Okay, that's number one. Excuse me. Secondly, once you acknowledge that, you need to figure out, okay, if it's not healthy for you, what purpose is it serving? Okay? Is it comforting for you? Are you re-traumatizing yourself? Are you afraid to heal? Are you afraid of what your life would be without it? Without this person, place, thing, habit? You got to figure that part out. Once you identify that, try to think of what it would really mean for you if you did not have this person, place, thing, or habit as a part of your life. Try to imagine what life would be like, for example, if you're addicted to a person. You have a hard time detaching from a person. Figure out why, right? A lot of times we have a hard time detaching from people because we're afraid to hurt feelings. Some of us are just too nice. Some of us have allowed this person to make us feel like our life is going to come crashing down or there's going to be some apocalyptic effect, right, of them not being a part of our lives. Well, let's do a reality check here, right? What was your life like before this person entered? Has it changed? Has your life improved or gotten worse since this person has been around? Is there a cycle here? For example, do you notice that this person only acts kind towards you for specific reasons or for, I don't know, maybe certain periods of time, and then it's all careening downhill for no apparent reason that you can't seem to fathom? If that's the case, then you need to detach from this person. That's one way of doing it. Your life was what your life before, right? It's not like your life is going to end just because you detach from this person. Be realistic with yourself. That's another big thing, too. Always be realistic with yourself. What was your life before you got attached to this habit, this place, this thing, before you knew it existed, before you knew this person existed, right? Then you have to retrain your brain to go back to that. Do your best to go without it. Understand that when you are in a period where you are craving this person, place, thing, or habit, it's just because your brain has become accustomed to it. You have adjusted yourself. You have normalized or rationalized the addiction within yourself. Identify it as exactly that, because that's exactly what attachment is. Only the difference between attachment and addiction is the fact that attachment is kind of like a healthy addiction, right? It can be when it's to the proper people, places, things, and healthy habits, right? Healthy things, things that are fulfilling for you, things that inspire positivity in your life, right? Generate positive chemical reactions within the body. Yes? Now, if this is not the case, you need to detach from it. Your brain can become addicted to negative chemical concoctions just like it can become addicted to positive chemical concoctions. Let me say that again for the people in the back, okay? Negative chemical concoctions are just as addictive as positive chemical concoctions or reactions in the brain, right? Just like your body can become addicted to dopamine, serotonin, or endorphins, it can become addicted to cortisol or adrenaline, right? Same thing. You're looking for that thrill, that thrill seeking, that reaction, that rush that makes you feel alive. Or maybe it inspires a feeling of nostalgia within you. Yes? If that's the case, then you have to find a healthy way of creating that feeling within yourself. For example, instead of going back to people that recreate abusive scenarios for you, why not try to find a song or something that speaks to that portion in your life that can be healing, right? Just like with any other addiction, though, you have to find something to replace it. Now, the key to this, though, is that when you detach from unhealthy things, you replace it with something healthy immediately. You can't wait, right? So let's say, you stop eating candy, right? Your body still craves sufficient sugar. So why not get organic fruit snacks? Or put more fruit in your fridge, right? Try things of that nature. Use sugar in the raw. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a hard habit to break for me, but I will sit there and eat freaking raw sugar packets. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult. But you gotta find something else, right? I gotta find something else. Now, when it comes to people, the best thing that you can do is replace that with a healthy relationship with yourself. Take the solitude as a moment to learn yourself better. Take yourself on freaking dates. Learn to sit in the silence and just kind of sit in the mirror and think about all the things that you like about yourself. Like take a moment to go, damn, I look good when you just get out of the shower. Okay? Or think about all the characteristics that you have in your personality that maybe some people lack. I'm not saying compare yourself to other people. I'm just saying be grateful for the things that you have that make life a little bit easier for you. For example, you may be an excellent verbal communicator, right? Take that under consideration. This may make things like finding a job or even getting hired much easier for you than, say, somebody who struggles in that department. Take the time to be grateful for those things. Or maybe when, there's discussions in your friend group, maybe you're the mediator, maybe you're the moderator, okay? Because you have that skill. That means that people trust your judgment when it comes to communication. That means they know that you have the skill set to make sure that things are being communicated in a safe and positive way. All right? And that things that may be taken, the wrong way don't escalate to a bigger issue. This is a good thing. It's a very strong skill to have. Take things like that under consideration about yourself. Or maybe you're one of those people who have a beautiful singing voice. Take that under consideration. Maybe you're very skilled at mathematics. That is also an excellent skill. That means that you're more likely to have higher critical thinking skills than your average person. This is something you want to take under consideration and be grateful for within yourself, right? Certain little things like that. Find something to like about yourself more and more every day. Make sure you're doing things like putting those positive affirmations on your mirror and stuff, or taking the time to do those self care habits. Build a self care routine. Okay? Now, the biggest part about detachment, like I said, is the art of no Kafka's given. Okay? Like, you cannot care. I'm telling you right now. Like, when you're detaching from people, they come up with all sort of, if this person is okay, first of all, when it comes to detaching from people, just like you're aware that the situation is toxic, so is the other party, okay? Never let that be lost on you. They know it's not healthy as well. They know what they're doing. They're just hoping that you never figure it out, right? So once you do, right? You know that you need to detach from this person. You're starting to notice that you feel a lot better. You know how when you say, I think we should take a break, and then they go, how long? And you go like 2 weeks. And then within those 2 weeks, your phone doesn't ring from this person. You don't get a text message from this person. Maybe you block them in that 2 weeks. And then you notice the time starting to tick down and your heart drops down to your butt cheeks because you realize it's almost time for you to get back in communication with this person. You know that they're counting down the days, the hours, the minutes to when they can bother you again. That's even if that's if you have somebody who's at least healthy minded enough to respect the boundary of you don't want to talk to them for 2 weeks, right? As if you're lucky. Okay? If that's the case, understand that they know what they're doing, okay? So then you gotta ask yourself, why do I put up with this? This clearly is not healthy. You have to ask yourself, do I need this person or does this person need me? What purpose am I serving in their life that they're so afraid to let me go? And know that you are an individual. You don't have to ask permission. You don't have to tell this person. If they're that toxic, you can just go. You're free. You can just detach. You can just let them know, like, hey, this is not working for me. And of course, they're going to try to come up with all kinds of, like I said, they're going to come up with all kinds of apocalyptic scenarios of what could happen. They're going to make up all kinds of excuses and things like that. And you know what? Know that it's all bull. Know that it's blue spit. They're not really, listen, the only reason they're in distress is because now they have to face something that they've been using you to cope with, okay? Now they're afraid because you're growing, you're strong enough to realize what's going on, and you're facing your fears, and they're like, holy crap, I'm gonna get left behind. I'm wrong by myself here. Okay? Understand that. And know that just because somebody is having a hard time growing, it is not your responsibility to stagnate and wait for this person to get ready. When you're ready, you're ready. Go. When you're ready to fly, hop out the nest, okay? That's just, everybody has their own path. They have their own little rate that they grow on and things like that. Just, you have to let it be what it is. Let the truth be the truth. When it comes to things, detaching from things, again, you have to find a positive replacement for that. All right? For example, I love drinking sodas. I had a big issue with freaking sodas. I can't do the sodas. Because you know what happens when you drink too much soda? Your stomach gets messed up. And I like being a healthy person. I don't like to be sick or feel stiff or anything of that nature. So I take very good care of myself. Now, I had to find a replacement for soda. What I found was either fruit flavored, like I found either like seltzer waters or carbonated mineral water. I wanted the bubbles. I realized why I liked it, and it was because of the bubbles, the physics, right? Now, realizing that helped me break out of that attachment, helped me detach from drinking soda, right? Or let's say people that are hoarders, right? If you're a hoarder, you got to figure out, like, why do you feel the need to keep so much stuff? There's a deeper issue here. You got to address it. You're trying to fill a void with material things. What is this void? Where does it come from? What started it? Do you not feel like you get enough attention? Did you not feel like you were loved enough in the past? Maybe in a recent past? Maybe as a child. I'm not saying this to be funny or attack anybody, but maybe you felt like you didn't get enough hugs as a kid. Maybe you felt like you weren't accepted at some point in your life. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough friends. Maybe you lack the support of your family. And so you fill those empty spaces with things. And you hold on to every little thing. Because in your subconscious, every little thing is a family member, a friend, a partner. It's a representation of the connections that you wish you had. Now you gotta ask yourself, do you really need it? These things are a distraction from actually building and cultivating these connections that you want. Maybe you feel dissatisfied with your life in general. You get rid of some of these things, you create space for God to bless you. You got to work at it instead of replacing it with things, right? When it comes to habits, like I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to blow down, bro. I used to blow trees. Okay? Like nobody's business, but I realized why I was doing it. I was self-medicating. And I was justifying it because it was like, well, at least I'm, at least I'm calm. But what I had to do was I had to realize that I had to deal with my anxiety. I gotta deal with my agoraphobia. I gotta deal with my depression. I have to deal with these things. I have to actually address it and put in the work every single day. Smoking was not gonna fix it, it made it worse. Smoking was shortening my lifespan. Smoking was working against my goal of being a healthy person. And like I said, I love my body. I worked hard at this. I've been working at this since I was a teenager. Okay? Now I'm a full-fledged adult. I popped out 2 kids and I got abs. I feel proud of myself. I'm very strong for my size and I can do pretty much whatever I want with my body. I got good mobility. I can run and play and jump and skip and hop and climb with my kids anytime I want to. I can do all kinds of stuff. I can get in the floor with them and all that kind of stuff. Get up when I need to. I can still defend them if I need to, as hard as I need to. If need be, I can still train them and dance, martial arts, whatever it is. There's so much I'm still able to move and use my body in the ways that I want to. Me smoking was blocking my ability to do that. I like to live in the moment. I like to enjoy my experiences in life. Like when I go out and have those moments with my family and friends, people that I hold close to me, and enjoy those celebrations and really cherish those moments. Me drinking was making it hard for me to do that because like I get up the next day and I had forgotten like half the night. I'm like, oh really? I remember the important pieces, like how I got there, what I was wearing, who I went with, where they went, and how I got home. I know I have all my important documents and stuff with me. But like anything else that might have taken place, I don't know. It was a minor detail to me, but I realized that was me justifying it. No detail is minor. It's all part of the experience. What is the point if you're not taking in the entire experience of life? Find things in life that inspire, that spark those same feelings within you, that gives you that same buzz. I realized things like hearing my kids laugh, watching the stars, or the storms. There's so many wonderful things that happen right up under our noses every day, and we hardly take the time to notice because we're too busy drinking or smoking or doing something else. Learning to take those things in, healing that internal damage, doing that shadow work. I realized doing that slowly but surely took away my need to self-medicate. Because you got to address, why are you doing it? What purpose is it serving you? Right? Is it serving you positively? Is it damaging you? And be realistic. You have to stop caring. You have to stop trying not to hurt your own feelings. If you're going to detach, you got to learn to hurt your own feelings. You got to learn to be completely raw 100 with yourself. That is the secret to detachment. When you detach from a person, you honestly have to not care about how they feel in that moment. You got to place yourself first in that moment. And be like, okay, you boo-hooing and crying, but where was all that when you were hurting me? Where was all that when you were abusing me? Where was all that when you were taking out of my pocket? Or making my kids cry, Sit with it. Let that be the truth. And every time you think for 2 seconds that, oh, I miss how, this person used to brush my hair at night or whatever, think about what they did, how often they did that, and think about what they did either before or after they brushed their hair. I miss the gifts they used to buy me. Okay, were those gifts actually apologies? Were they trying to make up for something stupid that they did? Or was it just out of the kindness of their heart? Because they felt like you deserved for something nice to be given to you. Keep it a stack with yourself. You know what I mean? When you're detaching from these things, you gotta understand, like, do I really need to spend all this money on this stuff because, I'm trying to impress other people? You gotta stop caring about what other people think. Stop it. You're burning a hole in your pockets because you wanna keep up with the Joneses. Again, who are the Joneses anyway? Does anybody know? No. Do you know them personally? No. Do they know you? No, they don't. Do you think they would care if they did? No. And then you got to think to yourself, when you're doing all this, whose standards are you living up to? Are you trying to live up to anyway? Are you trying to meet standards that you set for yourself? Or are you trying to live up to somebody's standards who are simply higher, but they're on the same level as you? This person got you running around, or these people got you running around like a dancing monkey, laughing at you because they feel inadequate. But y'all on the same level though. The This person doing the same crap you doing for the same reasons, and they're not addressing it either. But they point out your issues. When you're separating yourself, when you're detaching from habits, again, you got to think about why you do it. If it's not serving you, then you gotta keep it raw with yourself. I am self-medicating over here. I am trying to avoid dealing with something that bothers me at night, that keeps me from going to sleep, that keeps me from connecting with people the way I want to, that keeps me from going out here and building the life that I want for myself, the one that I dream about, the thing that keeps me from chasing my dreams, my ultimate goals. The thing that reinforces that false negative narrative in my head that says, no, 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 this is the farthest you can go. This is the best that you can do. And you know it's not. Deep down, you know it's not. You got to figure out what it is. You can't be afraid to address these things, to heal these wounds, and to freaking go for it. The key to detachment, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow nerds, you got to jump off the cliff and pray. Hands down. Let it go. And let God show you what life is like without it. And I guarantee, you'll feel a whole lot better. You'll start seeing the world differently. You'll start feeling better. You have to challenge yourself and push past the part that hurts. Because if it don't hurt, you ain't healing right. That's all I got for you guys right now, okay? All right. Thank you guys for all those who like, share, subscribe, and follow, donate. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and support. Anybody who would like to like, share, subscribe, and follow, comment down below. If you want to book any personal appointments for tarot readings, crystal ball readings, or any kind of spiritual healing or consultation, all that information is in the description box below, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to think deep. Don't forget to love yourself. KDJ out. Bye.